My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to the Bazaar. Had a little bit of a bug with the recording of the opening, but here we are as Pygmalion. Time to open the Pygmalion's loft then. Start with a small gold tier item. I do like going for that. I really do like going for that. Like, what if you get piggles? What if you get piggles and it's giving you golden piggles? There's also 2 medium bronze tier items and 2 bronze tier skills. Let's go for the small gold tier and 5 loot items. Huh. Okay, rewards card is our gold item. When you visit a merchant, this and the item to the left of this gain 3 value. We also get both of the cooldown reduction items for loot. Feather and insect wing, as well as a gland for some regeneration, scrap for some shield, and eagle talisman for some crit shots. I'm gonna get the gland and then put the rewards card next to that, and then just collect the rest of them. So what should I do with this? Like, I guess I can visit a lot of shops if I really wanted to, because every time I go to a shop, I just generate 6 value. The thing is, the 6 value is also kind of tied up. I don't really want to sell the rewards card immediately, ideally. Keeping this as long as I possibly can so that it gives out a bunch of other value to other cards is probably better. The thing is, what do I want from Curio? Like, if I go to Curio, I can sell the gland for 5 gold when I get there, so I have a total of 10. I've got insect wing and feather, which are both okay. But I think I want more money the first time I go to Curio, because it's 4 gold to reroll Curio's shop, right? And it's very, very likely the first time you look at his shop, you see no items that you're interested in. Alright. Yeah, I'm just not really seeing the world where I get more value out of Curio rather than just going to a strange mushroom and picking up 4 gold. I can win, like, sure, I'm not planning on taking out Viper. It'd be nice to, but I'm not even sure. Okay, Viper was one of our offered options. But even then, I think I go for the Banana Ball instead in this fight. Yeah. Because if I get duct tape, then suddenly a whole different genre of builds are online. Duct tape, of course, when you use an adjacent item shield 5, and there is a very, very good item in Pig's set that gets charged when you shield. And that is Bushel. Every 4 seconds, heal, I think 30 is its low trigger now. The numbers on that item change a lot of times, so I don't really perfectly remember them. It's like a 1 in 3. Like, so there's 6 early enemies, so 50% chance each enemy turns up on the first day, and a 1 in 3 to get the duct tape when you fight this guy. Got it?
Too far to let you stop me.
So that means like a 1/6 of all pigs, if they choose to go for it, have access to duct tape. Yeah, it shouldn't be all of them. A 1/6 might be a good amount. Kina sells non-weapon items. Non-weapon items are certainly a subset I'm interested in right now, courtesy of having the duct tape. Because anything that buffs the duct tape, so Ganjo in particular, relatively fast activator stands next to it. Obviously Bushel as well. Any of the other things that would synergize with both of those are also good pickups, like bandages, maybe weights, maybe matchbox. It's just difficult because it's up against the possibility of getting 2 income from the Jungle Ruins. I think, while usually I jump all over the top of the possibility of getting additional income, especially on day 1, for free as Pygmalion, I think I'm just going to treat my rewards card as that income. And in fact, I get 3 gold because I go to a shop. So that's like getting 2 income at the start of the day, if you think about it.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Is it time? I think it actually might be time. Cargo shorts. Every 8 seconds, shield 5 for each small item you have, including your stash. If you have another apparel item in play, this item's cooldown is reduced by 50%. Silk Scarf is an apparel item, but I don't think that's the apparel item I want. A lot of things are suddenly coming together for me. I think I'm going to try and turn this into an apropos chapeau build if I get access to it, because there's ATM here, which is a relatively small property at only 2 spaces. There's cargo shorts with an apparel card. They want me to have another apparel item in play. The apropos chapeau would count, and the apropos chapeau, what's it want to see? It wants to see a tool, a weapon, an apparel, and a property. So all I would have to field is a tool and a weapon. And there's some that are even both. And actually, duct tape's a tool. Oh no, okay, I'm definitely trying to go apropos chapeau here. I'm gonna take both cargo shorts and ATM. Obviously, apropos chapeau is a silver item, so while I can try and influence picking it up, I can't dictate picking it up.
I'm glad you bought this.
I don't think I roll here, because, like, I'm only looking for bronze items, and I think the only bronze item I would care about right now, it'd be Matchbox and... Wait, hang on. Matchbox, Yo-Yo, Piggy Bank, Bushel. Okay, maybe that's actually enough. Oh, Ganjo. I forgot about Ganjo. But definitely Ganjo. Alright, first things first. I'm the realist. I'm gonna drop the duct tape on board, pick up the Ganjo.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
I want to keep as many small items as possible for the sake of the cargo shorts, but until I get a second apparel to put on board, I'm not even going to be running them yet. Yeah, I'm going to need to go to another shop next turn. So I should make my rewards card sit next to something that I can afford to get rid of. Tool, loot, apparel, loot. Okay, I don't even have the ability, because I'd be kind of compelled to, if I could, go to the tiny furry monster in order to pick up experience, but I don't have any food, any toys, or a friend. So I can't do that at the moment. We'll head to Isla. Rewards card on, I think, scrap is the easiest sale target right now.
Few warriors
I'm just looking for a relatively fast weapon.
buy my weapons,
That counts.
and you might.
I'm going to rely on scaling rather than instantaneous numbers, because having a smaller weapon is going to be
Hey, when you carry my weapon,
easier for us.
I fight alongside you.
Also, I don't have to sell anything in order to pick that up. Alright. I do think this is the strongest version of the board I can build. Literally just having scaling. So every 4 seconds, Ganjo gives 10 additional shield to the duct tape. But realistically, it's the only thing that activates it as well. So every 4 seconds, I get 15, and then 25, and then 35. It's kind of like a Wallace. It's like a 3-space Wallace. But it's also buffing the damage of the yo-yo, so... That's something Wallace doesn't do, unless it's an Obsidian Wallace, I guess. Yeah, I've got a 4-space Obsidian Wallace on my board.
Are you sure? Noticed I'm huge?
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of
Weapons?
storms.
Okay, no scaling on that board. I think I outscale you with my shields. My 2 regen's gonna help me out as well. The shovel does more damage than it used to. I think it was 20 damage, and it was also a 10-second trigger, so you'd literally never even put it on field, but now it does 50. Could be worse. Yeah, this is great. Basically, what am I vulnerable to here? Poison builds that have large numbers on their poison to start with. So, like, a pufferfish literally just on board, I probably lose to that. A jellyfish with an aquatic on both sides, maybe as well. Someone that had, like, first dose, final dose, one of the initial dose or final dose, the poison modifying skills, those as well. But I think most other builds we scale out of control of. I don't think I go for another weapon right now. I think I'm kind of... It's difficult, right? Because this is offering me 2 income. But this literally gives me 3 money right now, just for going there and looking at the shop. Rewards card, you're blowing my mind, man. You're completely changing the way I evaluate things in this game.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more.
I have no interest in any of these. I'm going to be rolling just to see if we hit the yo-yo. We don't. Some leaf.
New food.
More is more, I always say.
That's ended. Your leftmost weapon deals 20 additional damage. If I am going to try and do scaling and stuff like that right now, which it definitely looks like that certainly seems to be the plan, then damage on one weapon is significantly more important than damage on multiple.
Better at this.
Kena sells non-weapon items. The lost crate for a single item to get upgraded. The thing is, Kena is capable on today and all later days of selling apropos chapeau. And also B1 and B2, if they ever turn up, upgrading like these 3 items. 4 items? I guess I don't care about the ATM's upgrade. I do care about Yo-Yo. I'm not going to care about Ganjo for long. As soon as I get Apropos Chapeau, Ganjo is the one that gives space for it, because Apropos Chapeau then ideally becomes a 5 times multicast with a 6-second cooldown. So basically, like, every, what? 1 point something seconds? 1.25 seconds, it's activating? No. The 5 times multicast, 6 seconds. 1.167 repeater, right? I think. Anyhow, it's very fast, so it will be the adjacency for the yo-yo and the duct tape, and also it's the scaling, so I won't need the Ganjo on board anymore. I think I'm kind of compelled to go to non-weapon and middle and Irma and Kev. I'm pretty much compelled to go to all of them until I find it. Upgrading one single bronze tier item right now doesn't really change my fortunes.
Discounts for peace.
Yeah, I wonder what happens if that happens. Making my immediate board more powerful just so that I can get later into the game? There's some value to it, I think. I'm going to sell the scrap and now start lowering the cost of the Eagle Talisman. I'm going to upgrade the Ganjo because now it's 50% more viable, and I'm going to upgrade the ATM so that I get 2 more income, and then I'm going to buy a bushel.
Use that for the good of all.
You know, I'm actually very happy that this side didn't show me anything that I wanted. While yes, it's certainly true that I could benefit from textiles, realistically, bushel is the next item that goes on field. It goes in that position when I unlock 2 more slots, and then we're looking for apropos chapeau to replace Ganjo, and then cargo shorts for the final slot. I fill out my items with a bunch of small items, and then we have something going on. We're at hour 2 of day 2, right? It's totally fine that I don't have all of those online yet. It's kind of unreasonable that I have as many as I do. I have a toy now in Yo-Yo, which means that if I do find the tiny furry monster, I can level up to level 3 before the next fight and field the bushel, which is a gigantic change in our fortunes. It's a huge amount of healing that it'd be giving us, as well as a pretty significant amount of shielding. So I get 3 experience from this fight, 1 experience from the next space I move, 2 more experience from the next 2 spaces. So as long as I get 1 experience on one of those locations as well, we're set up. I don't know if Tiny Furry Monster is guaranteed to appear on day 2, but it has been very reliable for me.
Nice person. Maybe too nice.
Junkyard Repair Bot. When you sell this, your leftmost healing item gets plus 15 heal. It is a friend and a tech, which is unique. As far as tags go, B1 and B2 have turned up. I mean, I think I only care about them upgrading Yo-Yo right now. I mean, we already got the Ganjo and the ATM upgrades naturally.
We're part shop, part museum.
The Yo-Yo, of course, fires faster. Okay, so no additional experience for us this floor, unfortunately. The possibility is that Andy could sell us a yo-yo upgrade. Do I hold on to marbles? Because there is a build out there that I've been very curious about that uses yo-yo, marbles, and... Oh, I don't have the rest of the pieces. It's yo-yo, marbles... Model ship? What's the other one? Oh, I can't even remember it right now. Okay, sure. Don't collect it based on an idea that you might use it for a thing that you can't remember. Jewelry. Shield equal to this item's value. Yeah, if I really needed another apparel for the cargo shorts, but the cargo shorts don't want to go on board yet. We roll. We're looking for piggy bank, especially. Matchbox. When you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. I'll take it. I suppose I'll give the crit chance to the yo-yo. And then just hold on to the matchbox.
Tell everyone you got it here.
I don't know if matchbox is our long-term plan, but like there are things that could pivot me in that direction. Like, for instance, if I get fiery as my enchantment, I mean, I might not give that to the matchbox. I might give it to the apropos chapeau that then buffs the matchbox, and then suddenly the matchbox is my damage plan. And while I do need a weapon on board for apropos chapeau to have maximum hits, do I need maximum hits? Wadi. I'm not going to be looting anything at the end of the fight or anything like that. Yeah, this is just a standard trying out scale 'em sitch. I mean, honestly, I could already feel the bushel instead of the ATM. Like, I slow down my damage, but I super increase my survivability. Every time the bushel goes off, it immediately shields us, so it gives itself 1 second worth of charge. This is a Vanessa that's lost day 1. I'm going to guess that because you've lost day 1, you're not weapons Vanessa. I'm going to say you're a poison Vanessa, and because of that, we do need the bushel. But also, if you were weapons Vanessa, I would still want the bushel anyway, so I feel pretty comfortable about hedging that bet.
Boring!
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
A single weapon. Had to wander away from the microphone to go plug something in. A single weapon. Yeah. Even if it crits me constantly, wow. 43% crit chance. It has crit 3 out of 3 times so far. That said, I've scaled them massively, so we'll be fine.
Defeat does not defeat me.
And then I crit them 2 times in a row with a 10% crit chance. What is crit doing right now? I feel like I'm getting crit by 1% far more often than I ever would previously. I have no data or statistics to back that up, by the way, so you may as well consider it as though I am talking directly from my behind.
See all the treasures I've put here.
I could get 4 more income if I wanted to sell the rewards card right now, but the rewards card is giving me 3 income every time I go to a shop. Like, it really does come down to recognizing that this is just income by a different name. That said, that's still 2 income right before it triggers versus bronze tier item, bronze tier loot item. Sure. I'll take the 2 income. I'm not going to go for the 4. Aerodrome. You can travel almost anywhere. I want metal, but like... I should probably just go to JJ.
People first, profit 10.
It's not that easy to just force a shop to give you metal. Alright, roll past these. I could theoretically hold the marbles, but I don't think I need to hold it right now. Well, that's why I would have been holding it. Bottle ship. Adjacent toy set +1 multicast. Marbles is a toy, so is yo-yo. I mean, model ship certainly makes more sense than ATM right now. It's literally just better for the yo-yo on field. Also, I'm still keeping my cooldown reduction. Haven't even used that yet. Slingshot's also a toy, but I don't really want to feel that as my damage.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
I feel bad that I didn't pick up that marbles. But I couldn't have known what I was about to see in the roll. Isla, you sell weapons. I am prepared to sell the junkyard repair bot, so I will go to your store, although...
Oh, I do miss it.
I already know deep down in my soul there's exactly one item I want to see from you. And those aren't it. These aren't they.
The Bazaar is not kind to the weaponless.
I can 100% out-heal and out-shield you, Scout Trooper. Street Gamer. Street Gamer has a bronze yo-yo. That's unfortunate. So I can't even use you to upgrade my yo-yo. Street Gamer is actually really powerful. They heal 5 health every time they use a small item, and they've got a yo-yo and 3 piggles on the board that have 3 seconds as their cooldown, as well as another, like, piggles, the one that charges adjacent items. So every 3 seconds, they resolve, like, 5 items.
Look, I need a business partner who's as motivated as me.
Which means they heal, like, 25 every 3 seconds, as well as scaling their yo-yo. Dude gets real dangerous. I'm gonna just get my level 4 level up by taking out Scout Trooper. It's just way more important that I get the additional experience here. Especially because I'd hate to be in the position where I'm offered experience adjacent to Mittel or like Kev or Irma, any of the shops that I have to go to because they almost certainly have a piece for my build, if not the apropos chapeau, which will just complete it. Ah, gunner. Interesting. +1 ammo. +1 max ammo, rather. I'll take it. Kev. Howdy. Kev? Kev, buddy or pal? Buddy or pal or guy? Do you want to give me an apropos chapeau? And you know what? I'm even going to extend it further. Kev, do you want to make that apropos chapeau, the one that you definitely have for me, shielded?
Oh, a customer.
A robe. She is an apparel item that I could technically field, but I'm not doing that and cargo shorts in order to get less shielding than I'm currently generating. Roll. It's a pretty early pig's gym. I feel like I shouldn't ignore that. It's like, it's a really early pig's gym. I have a silver yo-yo on board. Like, even if I don't get a huge amount of value out of, even if I don't end up putting pig's gym on the field, every time I buy a weapon, I get 20 max health. At this point in the game, that's huge. Yeah, I definitely think I'm selling the junkyard repair bot. I'm going to have to sell some additional stuff as well. I think Matchbox is the next thing I get out of. Because I can just pick up another Matchbox later if I really need to, and it's not going on the field right now. Rewards card giving additional value to to Big's Gym is going to be absolutely insane. I should... Gosh. I'm really straddling 2 builds right now. The fact is, this is just turning up very early. I want to be able to run my current build and just treat this as like a backpack play. Because then if it does become valuable enough I can afford to field at that point, that's fine. Maybe I give up on cargo shorts being my apparel. Because, like, I don't have a tool on this. Well, I do have a tool on this field, the duct tape. But I could put any other apparel item on this field. It doesn't have to be the cargo shorts. In fact, that'd buy me some more space to put something else on the board instead. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the cargo shorts. That gives me enough space to pick up the pig's gym, and then the spiky shield for 20 max HP as well as 1 value on the gym, and then I sell it. And then that gives me enough money to buy and sell the tusk helm. Before I sell the tusk helm, though, I could go to Barkun. Honestly, Barkun does have the items I care about right now. Yes, I could pick up a skill, but, like,
Hello.
the right item
Welcome
completes
to my
this build.
business. This is a gift at any price.
What would I spend cooldown reduction on right now? Like, if I'm doing it right now, it feels like the option is either Bushel or wait until I have the apropos chapeau, which was the plan. I guess I don't need to upgrade the ATM. I just really like to. There's a world where I sell the rewards card and just cash in the value it gave me. And then just use that to start trying to buy advantage right now. I feel like that's probably a good idea, actually.
I'll never resell this. On behalf of the Grand Society of Mister. Anyway, thanks.
Booby trap. When you use a property, charge this 1 second. It is a toy. And it freezes an item for 1 second. When you use a property. So, like, what? You'd have this, and then snow globe, and then model ship next to the snow globe, because it's both a property and a toy, so it would get double multicast, 1 from the ATM, 1 from the model ship. And then on the other side, you'd have booby trap. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 slots on board. I'm not seeing how that does damage. This is a pretty early hogwash as well, but a much worse position to pick it up. As well as also, it gives me significantly less value than the Pig's Gym does. Like, I can hold the Pig's Gym in my backpack all game long. It doesn't even have to go on board, and I'll be pretty happy to have it.
More is more, I always say.
Upgrade a bronze tier item or get a skill. Honestly, the bushel does get like a huge amount of additional healing per level, right? It's something dumb, I remember. Yeah, it goes from 40 to 80. That's a lot of additional healing. I'm gonna take that.
Now that's quality.
Like, if I went and got a skill, and the skill was give a healing item plus 40 heal, I think I would actually take that. So, why not just bypass the middleman? Alright. Go Nox TTV. Burn builds can certainly outscale me faster than I can build. I was about to say soak and poison, but I just haven't seen a poison dually in a really long... Okay, never mind. A toxic granola bar. Oh dear. I guess I'm very glad that I increased my healing, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Alright, it looks like it will be, thankfully. Woo! Oh, Chem Snail Toxic Granola Bar. So that's absolutely, what, like an enchanted item they started with or something like that, maybe? Making the absolute best of it. Toxic Granola Bar does have a large amount of shields. 32. It kept up with the poison of the things that, like, this is a really fast high poison trigger that's also being affected by initial dose. And this one scales over the course of a fight. It kept up pace with them. Damn. Is it time to put some respect on the Granola bar? The answer is no, by the way. Sorry, I don't want to let that one hang up in the air for too long. The answer is no. It's very important you know that. Quixel.
I'm Quixel, Master Merchant.
Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, damn. I didn't think I was going to do this, but if you're going to give me marbles and globe at the same time, I have to figure out how to run this board again. Damn, really? So, what does it accomplish? That's the question, right? What does this accomplish? Because I can freeze the ever-loving hell out of you. I can get marble on field.
Something huge.
I can even have like a lot of healing available to me. But what's it do? What does it end up accomplishing?
Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually cares about this.
So every 6 seconds, I freeze 3 medium or small items for a second. And the yo-yo doesn't scale its damage. But this is a lot of disruption. If I had any scaling, like, you know, when you use a property, scale your damage and shield. That'd change everything. There's a Tloddle. I do buy and sell a Tloddle, if nothing else. The fact that that doesn't scale, that number doesn't scale, is actually really, really terrifying. The duct tape number scaling is the only reason we've been alive as long as we have. I could scale additional healing from Yuwashi Wali instead. Maybe run this version of the board. I guess there's also this version. Hang on. Guess I'm just gonna have to manually move everything over. So we get our damage scaling back on board, which means the Ganjo can go back off board. I mean, that feels really powerful. That's a lot of lockdown. That's a huge amount of slow for the enemy board, a huge amount of freeze for the enemy board, while the Pig's Gym is just buffing up Yo-Yo, and then we just have the Iwashi Wildy Bird, which is a 3 times multicast. For 4 seconds, so 1.3 repeater seconds. Activation next to the Yo-Yo. I just lose out on the Ganjo scaling and ATM on board. ATM doesn't need to be on board, right? ATM is good on board because it carries the property tag. That's literally the only text I care about on it. I don't want to get rid of the duct tape in the bushel just yet, because if Apropos Chapeau turns up, I think it still changes my entire board back in the other direction. I'm not really sure how I would reckon with that. I don't think Ganjo ever goes back on board, though. I think we've just outgrown Ganjo.
Here's some gold. I only sell things so I can buy things. Huge things.
Gonna be two offering to upgrade exclusively at Tloddle. I'm gonna sell at Tloddle instead to Midsworth. I'll grab a business card. And I'll happily buy and sell all of these for an additional value and 20 max HP each. Okay, yeah, it's really, really important that I make sure that I've got the appropriate scaling for this next fight. Because if we can beat Prince Marianus, we can get a lot of experience. My scaling is not very good. It just has to be said. My scaling is actually not good. Maybe it should be that. I really wish I had Duct Tape Ganjo for this fight, because I'd just be able to guarantee that we win Duct Tape Ganjo. I feel like the yo-yo is going to need to strike twice. And I think it's less important that I slow the enemy items. Marbles going off when it does is fine. Especially because freezing them and slowing them at the same time does less work, because they're slowed while they're frozen, so what? They'll wear off at the same time. The real weakness of my board, as far as I see it, against Prince Marianus right now, is that I do a lot of item activations, and only some of them result in board power. Oh, thank heck. Oh, I was really holding my breath there. Woo. I mean, look, I'm fine. Look, I'm glad that it's a weapon. How about that?
I can already see all the treasures I'll put here.
I have no tools on field at the moment. Theoretically, I could have one on field again in the future, but like, it's still not going to be relevant that it heals. Shield items have deficit crit chance when your items gain freeze. Not when you freeze. Oh, when you freeze though. Invigorating cold, the first time you freeze, he'd fight. Hasten item 2 seconds. Sure, I do that. I'd love to hasten item.
I think you had a breakthrough.
We're absolutely going to Isla and buying and selling as many weapons as we can get our hands on.
I would spar with you, but this leg. Oof.
Obsidian Jabalian Longbow. Wow, that's a lot of damage. It's silver tier and it deals double damage. That's 120 damage multicast.
Newful teaches stillness. I prefer action.
Y'all, I don't know what to do about that. Because, like, if I wanted to, I could absolutely afford the Jabalian Longbow. It would even get double damage from the left-handed pickup. But, like, if I'm fielding that, I'm completely disrupting this board again. Because at that point, I'm no longer about scaling damage. I'm about survivability while the Obsidian Jabalian Longbow does its thing. I think it's Obsidian Enchanted, and it's one of the highest base damage weapons to start with. I think I have to use it. So now the question becomes, how do I use it? Pig's Gym is 100% off that board. Something like this? It's literally just about survivability and disruption until I can destroy them with the Jabalian Longbow. If I'm doing something like that, I wonder why I wouldn't just take the Snow Globe off field. Because it's another property. Yeah, that's the answer. What about a version where I treat multi as my property. And then, so I lose some of the casting speed of the Washiwali, and model ship wouldn't. Okay, so instead we'd be actually pivoting to something like that, in which case we have no properties on board, so the Washiwali is suddenly no longer as valuable in its position as it currently is. So, like, in order to make it good, I have to take it away from being good. Also, I'm taking my Frozen off board. All right, I'm going to take some time to think about this, because this is a big decision point. Okay, I think I need to give up on the toy sub-theming. I'm trying 110,000 billion different ways to make it work, but I'm not seeing it. Which means getting rid of the snow globe, and then the model ship is the next on the chopping block. I'm fine to keep the marbles, because it is still, like, a good item for us. But, like, when I lose the model ship, when I lose the snow globe, the model ship loses additional value. When I lose the model ship, the marbles lose additional value. I like the model ship being able to make both yo-yo and marbles go off. But the thing is, I need both Insect Wing and Feather still available after I pick up Jabali and Longbow. What if it's Sell Pig's Gym? It's so bold. This may be the boldest suggestion, but if I sold Pig's Gym, then I'd be able to roll and buy a bunch of weapons, which would give me no max HP because I don't have Pig's Gym. Yeah. I just need the weapon. It does too much damage not to have it.
Use it well. Make me proud.
I can do one or the other of those, buddy. I can't do both. Okay. I think that's as speedy as I can get right now. I roll for the possibility that there's a gold yo-yo. I don't think so. I haven't seen golds appear before day 5 yet. The fact is just that this is 160 damage times 2. And that once I level it up at level 7, it goes to 320 damage times 2. It is already at its diamond tier damage by then. And it's also inheriting 40 additional damage, 20 from left-handed, and then it doubles it with the obsidian. Okay, apparel, weapon, and tool. I mean, I would still love to get the apropos chapeau on this field. You might know, I've kept space for it. Property, weapon, tool. I now have an apparel in jewelry. I feel like I'm gonna feel really bad about this, but like, it's obsidian enchanted and it's the highest damage weapon. Oh my god, am I gonna get tuned up with a fixer-upper? It looks like I'm about to get fixed. I mean, their damage dealer is a golf clubs that's getting buffed by a single succulence. That said, I would really like to have outscaled them with additional healing here because, yeah, my obsidian longbow is gonna hit them for 3 constantly. But they are going to outshield me and win. If I had any scaling, I would have won this fight. Yeah. I played around what I thought was best at the time, y'all. Never mind, got him. Actually got him though, so no mistakes made. Ever, actually. That also vindicates me for every other not just in-game, out-of-game mistake I've ever made. Which, of course, never happened. I do love economic seminars, but Kina, you're promising to sell me, like, the most important subset of my items.
Not war.
Too late, buddy.
I can feel our energies resonating.
I like scaling, but I don't think I'm gonna throw away everything for that. Balcony. Well, good of you to turn up. I'll take and invest in a piggy bank.
But I'm glad you bought this.
And I'll hold the bandages. Just a nice small item for the sake of the rest of the stuff we're doing. I think with Yo-Yo's doing nothing, maybe I do just fully replace it. Get some additional survivability out on that field instead. Pig's Gym balcony would have been absolutely nutty.
Let's chat.
Welcome back, Cargo Shorts. It's gonna get increasingly hard to find space for you, especially considering, like, I have a weapon that is probably gonna be compelled to stay on the field. Why are you doing this to me? I just said no. And then you show me a balcony, and then you show me the gym again. Anything that I don't hold on to, it'll show me the synergizing items with. It really feels like the game is trying to torture me. It really, really does. Mod Squad. It feels like the game saw me sell a pig's gym and is like, okay, here's your balcony. And then as soon as I pass over the balcony, it's like, okay, well, here's gym again. So as soon as I pass over marbles, the model ship turns up. I take the model ship, and then that time it worked out because I guess the game thought I didn't take model ship, so it thought it was safe to spawn marbles again. First Aiden. Every 4 seconds heal 30 and haste a knight in 2 seconds. Nice. Just a very solid little guy. I'll happily pop that solid guy on the field. Yeah. Leftmost item gains 3 value. I think I'm going to go silver tier loot item as well as some money here. Ooh, 5 damage, which is 10 damage for the Jabalian longbow. Thanks to its obsidian buff. I'm going to head to Andy. Possibility of upgrading Yo-Yo to diamond tier here would be great.
You want to buy that?
I'll upgrade the hatchet as a money play.
Choice.
I don't think it's worth me really upgrading the jewelry. Oh, maybe this is the store where I should sell a bunch of things. I'm starting to run out of space for the piggy bank to be able to spawn more money without me having to throw it away as well. So I only get 6 coins out of it there. That's okay. Sure, I'll upgrade it then. Whatever. Loot. I love loot. Your small items have +1 value.
Never be remorseless.
I also really like Signet Ring. Start of each hour, gain 10 max HP, and you also just have +1 income while you hold it. Please, apropos. No, Isla. Honestly, going for a sharpening stone for additional damage that gets doubled and then multicasted, actually quite compelling. Especially when it gives me 10 damage, so that becomes 20 damage, and it multicasts for 40 damage, and sometimes 60 damage. Folks, that's a lot of damage. Nice. let's give the value to a coin so I don't have to sell the business card if I want to get the value back.
Are you sure? Noticed I'm huge?
Vombre was, of course, much less successful as a serial mascot than Count Chocula. Or the Fruit Loops Toucan. Toucan Sam, buddy. I miss him. I wonder how he is. I hope he's eating well. They are healing gradually. Shielding gradually as well. I don't think they're going to ramp up enough damage to take me out before I finish them, though. Or, heck, before the Sandstorm gets them. Alright, we're pretty much on the last day that I can do this without having, like, an actual build on field. Like, I don't have a build right now. What I have is the Jabalian Longbow, which is very, very powerful. Granted, the Jabalian Longbow is going to become gold tier, say diamond tier, because it's doubled its damage again today. I'll have a look at Idle's weapons.
Moving up in the world.
Our rewards card, sorry, not rewards card, our business card upgraded itself in the backpack. No interest in any of those. And yeah, cash cannon, but no.
I hope you live long enough to
I do so much more damage than it already. Hef sells burn items. There's only one burn item in the toolkit for this character, which means that you will probably offer me Matchbox.
But it also creates.
But you'll offer a bunch of other items as well that are fiery enchanted, such as the fiery cargo shorts. Shield 10 for each small item you have, and then burn equal to 10% of this item's shield. So 13 small items currently. 130. It'd burn for 13 every 4 seconds. The real power of that is that there's also a Matchbox, but if I'm doing cargo pants and Matchbox, guess what? I made a mistake earlier by selling the model ship, because you'd want model ship and yo-yo. You're gonna haunt me into my end of days. Do I have another apparel item on field at the moment? Like, is there ever a world where I'm just like, you know what? You're better than what I'm currently fielding. Like, if I took the ATM off, unfortunately, I lose access to a lot of power, because then the Uwashi Wildy Bird is also suboptimal. So, like, let's consider the possibility that those both being suboptimal is maybe a problem and I have to fix it. The bushel, duct tape, and jewelry is nice, but, like, without it scaling, is it good? Or is it just nice? Because those are different. Sell that single spare change.
Fire blackens, but it also illuminates. Which will you ask of it?
I'm going to buy a cargo shorts just because it's 12 burn every 4 seconds. Honestly, if I just... I'm butting up against the Jabalian. Like, I literally just invested a huge amount into it. I sold a whole build. I did everything because this is just a powerful weapon, and I'm currently using it to get me through exactly one fight, and then I'm like, get out of here, buddy, you're done. You're never gonna work in this town again. There is also Fiery Abacus, every 4 seconds shield equal to the adjacent value items, and then burn equal to 10% of this item's shield. I'm not gonna have very high value items. Like, 8. 8. So you'd have 16, and then you would burn for 1. That's quite minimal.
Don't burn yourself, burn others.
Well, game's over. We arrived at the end of the game. You might have thought it was one of those builds before, but no, it's Fiery Fixer-Upper is here, sure. Every 3 seconds, shield and then burn, whatever. Fiery Balcony is even here. When you use the property to the left of this, burn 3. Also, whatever. Fiery Lemonades, you changed it. You changed it. You dastardly dastards. This used to say when you sell a small item, the Fiery Lemonade stand specifically, used to say when you sell a small item, give +1 burn to your leftmost burn item, which would have given me the ability to just buff the hell out of the matchbox. All right. But then there is also just Balcony and Fixer-Upper here. If I spend enough money, I could try and just burn him down with the Balcony. God. I can generate enough money to field some stuff here. I could buy the Fiery Fixer-Upper and then the Fiery Balcony. I guess it's cargo shorts, Fiery Balcony, Fiery Fixer-Upper, jewelry, and a Jabalian longbow. We got the rewards card to keep increasing the value of the Fixer-Upper. I think that does just become better than what I'm currently doing. I don't want it to be.
You've taken another step on the way of flame.
Thankfully, the item sees its own sale, which is very useful for us here. Even though I do have duct tape and bushel, without them getting any additional scaling, I don't think they're worth it. And I just found a completely different plan for getting scaling.
Careful with that. It's quite hot.
I could spend 10 more gold here. I shouldn't, but I could. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be able to take out the next combat literally just due to having enough burn fast enough. Oh. Well. I don't know if this is enough burn fast enough to take out Fireman. I definitely can't afford to lose right now, and I definitely made myself weaker. 10 burn in 4 seconds. So your first resolution, it's really the second resolution of the Infernal Greatsword that starts taking you down truly. Although the second resolution of Fireclaw is also pretty bad. So like 12 seconds into the fight is when we really are in danger. By that time, the Jabalian Longbow's only gone off once. And this enemy has more health than me, so it's probably only done 380 damage. By that time, I will have burnt you. That's 12 seconds into the fight. So this will have resolved 4 times. I definitely don't do enough damage right now to take you out. I've just got to take the safe option and go for the trash golem. Yeah.
Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
Jury Rigger, when you use an ammo item, reload to the left of it, +1 ammo. Now, Fiery Fixer-Upper is currently silver tier. If I upgrade it at Forger, it's now gold tier, and now I only need to spend 10 more gold in order to upgrade it again. Let's also make sure that I properly micromanage that Rewards card.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Literally right after I get, like, literally right after I'm like, you know what? You're turning up way too late. I don't have time for you. Get out of here, you little chump. Then it's like, hello. Good morning. Do you need any help? I did, and now I resent you, so maybe you'll think about getting up earlier in the morning now. Huh? Legitimately mad. You have no clue how bad I wanted to run you, buddy. You have no clue how many builds I was keeping open just so I could find you. Eventually, the damage from these will be so much that the Jabalian Longbow won't make any sense to run anymore. Especially once this is Diamond tier, which, like, I'm about to do. God, I wonder if we're at the point where, like, literally, like, run heals. Have a different apparel other than jewelry here. Maybe an apparel that actually contributes to what we do. Being able to slow down the enemy while I'm doing this, I think, is probably pretty impactful. Honestly, the Jabalian Longbow is not long for the world right now. Let's get rid of First Aid, and that's a very easy item to lose. I feel like I should buy the Apropos Chapeau and just sell it, just to tell it what's up. Like, get out of here, buddy.
Come back for a refund.
And then the reroll is our Fixer Upper. Yeah, I think we're definitely at the point that the Jabalian Longbow doesn't go back on board. It's much more important that I let my burn items burn and just run disruption.
Enjoy your purchase.
Orion looking to sell me some tool items. Not sure if I want a tool item right now. Duct tape is definitely the next on the cutting block. These stay here still because I haven't seen my enchant yet. Literally, I've got 3 enchanted items on the field, but I haven't seen my enchant yet, so don't worry about it.
Food is life. Our bodies are just containers for it.
I'm going to gain 81 max HP, as well as 10 additional shielding on all my shield items, including the items that dictate how much damage I do. Ooh, I was supposed to... I've got to remember, the cargo shorts require that I hold on to more small items. So, whoops. Should not have been selling as many of those as I have. Wait, I sold them to buy something. Never mind. I just shouldn't sell them without a benefit.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabalians. My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Oh. Okay, so they've got the shielded with marbles and yo-yo on either side, and heavy dragon's breath. When using adjacent or dragon item, this gains +2 burn for the fight. Oh, and you've got a matchbox in the marbles on both sides. Oh, that's a lot. That is a lot of burn that I'm doing to them with my fixer-upper. I mean, sorry, I should have clarified. That is a lot of burn that I'm doing to them with my fixer-upper.
That was impressive.
Okay, cargo shorts is actually contributing significantly less than I thought it would, but also it's not, you know, diamond tier like the fixer-upper already is. Again, a little bit of micromanagement before we go to JJ.
I mean, a customer.
Stop it. Stop showing me all of the items for builds right after I decide not to run them anymore. Because, like, I've got yo-yo, I've got marbles. Do I put model ship back on field now? Let's mock up a possibility, right? So it'd look something like this, one imagines. And then jewelry is not relevant anymore. So that there. Actually, it's probably way more important to slow them consistently. So I lose like 30 burn, but all right, fine. God
Do you
damn.
have to leave already?
I hate that it's so correct. I hate that it's so obviously correct. You are actually torturing me. I'm not getting rid of the fiery fixer-upper and fiery balcony in order to go back to my duct tape plan with the apropos chapeau. You can't make me do it. I have a weapon. I have a tool. I have a property. And I do have a paragon. It's only bronze tier. Silver tier. Silver is the lowest tier it can be. It's its own bronze tier. No, this is so much stronger.
Oh, you're leaving.
Because this doesn't need to scale in the fight. It has scaled out of the fight and it is already powerful. But it can also get additional skills to allow it to scale in the fight. So it doesn't need it, but can get it. I'm going to go to the battlefield literally just to pick up a small weapon because, oh wow, it could be very useful. Like magnifying glass giving plus 30 damage to our only weapon on field.
Avast, featherless worm!
I'm pretty sure that as long as you have enough shielding, you just win this fight. Because the anchor being able to do enough damage to lower your health to the point that the burn can actually contribute is really the downside. Really, really where things get rough in this fight. But if your shielding is your damage, the enemy who can only damage you and is heavily discouraged by your shield is exactly the enemy you want to see. Grappling hook. I'll sell that. Fortis. Teaches shield skills. When they can't hurt you.
People say, don't get so defensive, Fortis, but I'm a shield master.
Reinforced steel. When you use a property, your weapons gain 10 damage and your shield items gain 10 shield for the fight. Hey, now we got some scaling.
Or are they hitting themselves with?
Look, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna go to you, but are you gonna offer me an upgrade for something I already have on board? Because like it's pretty difficult.
Shine upon you.
Fiery lemonade stand, fiery land scraper, fiery laser security system. All of these are much slower ways to deal the burn damage that we're already dealing with our base properties on field, so they don't make sense. Realistically, we're looking for an item that is enchanted to give burn to, or increase the burn of other items that otherwise wouldn't get that value. I'll upgrade the matchbox because there's totally theoretically a world where the matchbox ends up back on board. Even fiery lumbors don't buff other burn items, unfortunately. Oh, Deadly Duel, I'm so happy to see you because like I was looking at Paul and I was like, it's not a great shot for me. I already kind of got my large item. No reason to reorganize. Oh, hang on. Whoops. Lost value on the rewards card. Oops, 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 oops. That happens. This is giving me my level 9 level up before the day 7 fight. Wait, no. Oh, yes, it will, right? Because we're still moving forward a day space as well.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
I'll be picking up a silver tier loot item here, please. Looking for cooldown reduction, because it's the only thing that's really going to make an appreciable difference to this board. Violet Blood? Look, I'll take it, especially because I don't need to care about the amount the fiery cargo shorts are capable of today.
I should warn you. I am not like other Jabonians.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
They're good at slowing us. Thankfully, I both defend and do damage at the same time.
Next time, boys, less blunder, more plunder.
So they didn't slow us enough to prevent us from defending against their Longshan. Alright. So continual scaling from here on. Find additional ways to increase the value or speed of the Fiery Fixer-Upper. I suppose I'll go to Mr. Morland, especially because he could upgrade Balcony for 5% cooldown reduction for the Fixer-Upper.
Hello, landowner. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, I don't think luxury tents have a look in here. There's just too much space to not do anything for us right now. There's also a snow globe and igloo. No, thank you. Pig's Gym is back just in case I want to dedicate my entire inventory back to managing just that. I don't think I want to do that.
I suggest spending your gold while you still can.
Well, actually, Andy, I'll be going to you as well, so sure.
Size dilutes the brain. Mine is highly concentrated.
Ideally, I'm looking for an upgrade to the rewards card, anything that's economic, obviously loop, obviously matchbox, obviously yo-yo, marbles, uwashi wali.
I think that suits you beautifully.
And I'll hold on to this
Whoever said
business
money
card.
Can't buy class had neither.
Especially for the Bazaar Con event, so that I can get 3 experience from that space rather than 2. Burninator bot. Burninator, you actually have a skill that I'm really interested in right now, which is when you slow, first 5 times you slow, charge a burn item 1 second. That'd cause my marbles to cause the Fiery Fixer-Upper to go off an additional time very quickly at the start of the fight. Dang. Not the hit I was looking for. I saw my duct tape. Slow. Model ship would slow a single item for a single second. Not really the kind of thing I'm looking for. Uwashi slows an item for a second. Honestly, I think might be marbles. I think it literally might be marbles to double their slow duration to 6 seconds. The items that get slowed by that aren't gonna unslow before the battle ends, basically. I care about going to Grandmaster because upgrading Reinforced Steel or Invigorating Cold is pretty relevant to me. Invigorating Cold isn't active yet, but I'm going to get more skills and it's going to be more likely that I turn it on. Also, I'm pretty sure that doesn't count as a merchant, but I'll do that just in case. Yeah, it doesn't. Wow, literally the 2 things I cared about. Well, I'll go with the one that's actually active at the moment. What do you mean I can't afford that? Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of difficulty in fielding the fiery cargo shorts again. Compared to what I'm already capable of doing, it's just a tough sell. That's all I'm saying. It's just a tough sell. set up so that I can go visit
with
Kina.
No weapons, leave with big bargains.
I mean, I'll upgrade the model ship. There's no real good reason to do it, but there's no great reason not to either.
Your aura guided me to what you needed.
Also, like, Pig does have some skills that are like, gain 500 max health for each diamond tier item you have. Yeah, the upgrade to be relevant there. I need more max health. That's the next thing to solve, right? Like,
My people believe
speed of activation is one thing, but also if an enemy can kill me like
Go ahead.
very, very, very quickly while I'm activating, that's still pretty bad for me. Oh, that's pretty bad for me. Barnacle Cross did 20% cooldown reduction to all of their aquatic items on field. They're stacking their poison significantly faster than I'm stacking my burn. Thankfully, burn applies twice a second, whereas poison applies only once each second. Oh, they got us. I mean, realistically, that came down to the fact that they have heal that scales and I don't. Damn. Yep. Although, again, if I had more max HP, I would have won that fight. They were 2 ticks away from dying, so literally like two more frames. 2 more frames of damage, rather. So like I would have to have almost 1,000 more max HP.
Nothing tiny.
But that's
nothing
achievable.
huge.
I'm Pig.
All about moderation.
I forgot to move the thing again. I don't think I have the time to invest in a masterpiece. Especially because I don't want to sell the rewards card, so keeping afloat a little money just
See
in
that
case.
mountain?
Pretty
That's a
important.
hole. He might have what you need.
As much as I do want max health, I'll be damned if I'm paying for it.
Cast aside your deathstruments.
Definitely upgrade the rewards card.
We could share this experience today.
200 max health at the end of each day from the gym. Sorry, the gym, the globe. I'll take the globe.
Use that for the good of all.
I'm going to sell the signet ring now as well, just so that I can look through the roll. Stained glass window. When you win a fight with it in play, your properties gain 5 value. When you lose a fight with it in play, permanently destroy it. If you have 5 or fewer items in play, your cooldowns are reduced by 10%. So that's an item that I am very capable of just fielding here. 16 I have to free up for it. I think I'm gonna have to sell a business card. And we're past the enchant. I think it's time to get rid of the matchbox.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought this.
Against PvP fights, I can be pretty comfortable depending on looking at the enemy. Like, you know, obviously big poison enemy is probably still gonna be a problem, but I should be pretty comfortable to just look at someone and go, yeah, I can afford to run this board, or no, I have to take the stained glass off. I can definitely beat the Roaming Isle. Yes, they technically have some poison, but they don't have enough healing to outscale me. Nice.
you seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
We pick up our additional value and a level up here. I'm 100% going to Mr. Sascaria. I'm looking for lower cooldowns on properties.
I know I have.
Or properties hasting adjacent items. That'll do too.
There's a whole new curriculum out here.
Prospero's selling purely economic items. Purely economic items are interesting to me. The only problem is I can't afford them. Probably more important to be slowing enemy items, actually. Let's gain some max HP and some shields. Hattie! I need money. No matter what you give me, I can either get money from it or sell it for money. Random enchanted item. It's a Autobattler.
Ace in the hole.
I mean... Huh. I mean, Autobattler is really good. It gives you turbo. All you have to do is solve Atlattl's damage problem, but my pig's gym is left back on day 3. And 5, and then another one on 7. Oh, that's a lot of ammo. They don't have loaded fury, but they do have all torque, so they're doing 50 more damage with every weapon at the moment. Thankfully, the heavy marbles are really, really, really slowing them down.
You should put it toward nobler use.
I mean, they did a decent amount of damage with a heavy torpedo. I mean, I'll absolutely go and look at Irma's store.
You look rough, man. Let's fix you up.
Restorative Bushel has double heal. There's also a hammock and golf clubs. Not really relevant. Oh, look at the roll. Close iron. You have regeneration equal to double adjacent value properties. That's just not going to be good enough, unfortunately.
Just be careful, okay? I kind of like you.
Aww. That's lovely. Epic battle against a monster, depending on the monster, but especially against Master Alchemist, I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to need to change his board state.
I should have used powder of Algaroth.
Rainbow Potion, just a free item for me to sell at some point. I'll be taking a gold tier loot item from this. Damage. We're not actually going to use the turbo level. Did you think there was a chance? There's absolutely not a chance. Heavy marbles will help me slow down the Awakened District. I'll also be shielding past their damage. Property Baron's also really important. The thing is, Property Baron just got nerfed for this build. There's fewer hits in that build than there used to be. Specifically, well, not fewer hits. There's more non-hits. So Property Baron got quote-unquote nerfed by adding 2 diamond tier skills to Property Baron. One of them is Combat Medic. When you heal, an item gains 5% crit chance for the fight, and one of them is Trader. At the start of each day, your items gain 2 value. But because of that, he now has 7 things he can drop, only one of which is Master Salesman. Your items have double value in combat. However, Awakened District also has 7 items he can drop, but he can't drop Balcony, because I already have a Balcony, and it's of a different level. Which means that out of the 6 items that the Awakened District can drop, one of them is Trickle-Down Economics. When you use a large item, haste another item for 4 seconds. That gives me the ability to get perma-haste out on the board, just from having Fiery Fixer-Upper. Like, yes, Property Baron is also a 2x multiplier, but this is another 2x multiplier. It's just to the rest of my board rather than the Fixer-Upper, because I didn't know this, but Trickle-Down Economics is another item for 4 seconds. Interesting. I'm going to go and find the Awakened District, because I'm pretty sure I have enough slow and shielding and burn to get through the fight. And also, if I do get haste, then, like, my entire board will have haste. It'll be sick. Yeah, even if they crit right now, it's not enough. I know they can't crit, but, like, even if they could have, it wouldn't have been enough then.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Soul of the District. Shield equal to your current health and then deal damage equal to your shield. I can use the Fixer-Upper in order to charge this up. Obviously, I'd want my max health to be a little higher first. Upgrade an item. I feel like Yo-Yo kind of wants an upgrade, but it also doesn't really care because realistically, like it's the Fixer-Upper and the Balcony are the two things that matter the most. Upgrading the Balcony for 5% more cooldown reduction on Fixer-Upper seems quite low in value, but realistically, that's
quality.
That's a pretty good return for an upgrade for us right now. Oh, enter the Thieves Guild. Grab everything from the vault would be a lot of money. But do I need money right now, or do I need experience? I think fighting Mr. Moo is right. Not only do I want experience, I also get to use this for another 5 value to all of my properties. Yeah, that's great.
The Thieves Guild doesn't allow tourists or witnesses.
So there's nothing I can loot out of this fight that I'd really care about at all. It is just money and experience. It's experience. It's there. Money comes along with it, but I don't care about the money. I'm just here for the experience. In Sentry rounds, when you use an adjacent item, burn. If I had anything that said when you burn X, but the thing is, Pygmalion doesn't have many burn items, so he doesn't have much burn support either. In order to get when you burn X, you have to go to other items pool, other characters' pools. In particular, the best way for us to get it would be the Void Colossus. The Void Colossus has Void Energy. When you burn, charge a shield item 1 second. I'd probably have to get rid of a model ship from that field, but you can understand why that would be pretty absurd. Spockix. You've dropped a fight. I've dropped a fight.
Are you sure?
Actually, it looks like you dropped your first 2 fights and then no other fights. Is that it?
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Yep. First 2 fights and then no other fights. All right, yeah, an energy potion with a diamond tier silencer and restorative flagship will certainly get you to that degree. Thankfully, I can slow your items to try and cancel out your haste potion. Honestly, this,
I've got another
like,
salvo in.
sure, yes, it's a fiery fixer. I want you to know, by the way, the problem with the fiery fixer-upper was, like, all of the doublings you put on it. The fact that, like, you'd get the balcony, and then you'd get another thing, and then you'd get deed, and then you get master salesman, right? It was just very accessible. Don't flame me for just running an item in the game. That's a weird way to interact as a human. I know I'm talking to like a very, very large group of people, most of whom would not even possibly consider the idea of doing something like that, but some people do. Their comments don't get to stay live on my page for that long, but some people do think of things like that, apparently. Adira, do you want to teach me a diamond skill that's relevant to this board?
Test your abilities and to improve them immeasurably.
Shield items have 25 additional shield. First time you use large item mid-fight, heal 60% of your max HP. No one's going to do 60% of my HP in damage before the fiery fixer-upper goes off for the first time. And if they can, I'm not going to survive by healing it. When you freeze, your items gain 4% crit chance for the fight. Your weapons deal 35 additional damage, or you have 300 max HP for each weapon you use. Wow. I'm going to take the 300 max HP because I do need more max HP, but also... good gosh. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? JJ?
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right? Do you have to leave already?
Keychain. User property. Unfortunately, it happens every 12 seconds. By the time the keychain goes off for the first time, I've mostly finished the fight. I mean, sure, I'll check out Mid's work.
Oh, come on then. Let's get this over with.
I do want to find the board where I can afford to run the ice cream truck. Maybe a different version of the opening here where I do end up actually keeping the other build online. To be fair, I'm not entirely certain what I'm looking for in these shops right now. I am kind of just going to them as a tourist. See, the thing is, Veteran Octopus doesn't have any hits other than just the experience here, so I will go to the Property Baron for the possibility that it just gives me the skill. Because the upside of going to the Property Baron is so much higher. Moment of truth. Billboard. Now I have to sell 3 items so I can sell a billboard. I kind of want to hold on to the Soul of the District because I do believe I could theoretically use that. But, like, I'm running out of space to get rid of things if I don't get rid of the Soul of the District. Because, like, I also want to keep Iwashi Wali Bird for the yo-yo. But also, the yo-yo and the Iwashi Wali Bird are currently doing nothing. Let's be real. They're not actually doing anything. What if I just did this? What if I was just like, all right, kill me in time or die? Heavy marbles resolve significantly slower. So I give them 12 seconds into the fight this way. 12 full seconds for them to figure out what they want to do. I guess maybe it's better. The thing is, with skills or upgrades, like, these could still take over. I mean, I know I don't need the incendiary rounds. That one's easy. We're pretty late into the game for the globe to still be relevant, so I'm going to get rid of the globe. Just because if I win today, the game is over. So I feel like that would be an appropriate time to stop using the globe. Oh, I could have gone to Isla or whatever's in the box, which is Isla. I think I can probably afford to roll here until I see a unique space. I don't really consider B1 and B2 to be unique. I mean, there's 2 of them. In terms of unique space I'm looking for, like, realistically, like, you can just roll until you find an enchant here if you have enough money. I think I'm just going to take the 622 HP from Jules Cafe because, like, I'd also like to hold on to some money. Zarkon. That's why I keep the business card. I have gold tier spare change. Give me just a single gold loot item. It's cooldown reduction, because of course it is. It looks a lot like a medkit right now, but I promise you.
I should warn you.
All right. If you let this fight get too long, I'll kill you about it. Certainly seems like they're going to try and end the fight. Quickly, too. Oh, how dare you freeze my fixer-upper specifically. I need that for shielding, you see. I was wondering why they didn't die when the Soul of the District went off, but as it turns out, the life preserver life preserved them. And then the Soul of the District, I mean, it contributed. Look, it contributed. Quite significantly, admittedly. Honestly, low-key, Heavy Marbles absolutely knocked it out of the park. I can't put these in the thumbnail. No one will watch the video if I put them in the thumbnail. Heavy Marbles knocked it out of the park. We used this for one fight. I can't put that in the thumbnail for the same reason. I mean, we used the stained glass window to get a lot of value. What'd you start out with, 16? 16 down to 8? So that means you gained 25? That 25 turns into 100 additional damage on the fiery fixer-upper, and then actually, and then it gets doubled. So it turns into 200 additional value, 200 additional shield on the fixer-upper, which then is 20 additional burn. Most of this fixer-upper, in value, most of this fixer-upper came from the stained glass window. I like that you have to play with the stained glass window, and like, I like even Crystal Bonsai. I don't get to use it a huge amount, but I like the way that that interacts with Pig's game plan. Makes him a very interesting character in my mind.
You have to want it to win.
And I wanted it. I went to Zeph's store, and he just had all of the right items for us. Just immediately changed our entire game plan. He literally put them next to one another in the right order as well. He knew what was up. That's 3 chests and ranks us up to 521. I think we were 533 before that? 539. 6 away from the next 100 chest opening. Maybe that'll happen in 2 videos' time. The only way to tell is to skip ahead to the next one, if it's already been released in the playlist up on the top left-hand side, or wait a day for the next episode to be released if it hasn't yet. Special thanks this episode to Jazzy. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.